There's no hand paint. There's no face painted on it. It doesn't count.
We are live, and we are back with the group. Well, some of the group. There's this one here.
Pamela.
Pamela.
For more information, check twitch.tv/justisis.
That's probably what's going to happen too. She'll do the full hand paint.
I should, and that's all I'm gonna see for the whole night. The whole night is just gonna be me playing like this. Maybe for Halloween, I'll be a Muppet.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Oh, gosh. Anyway, hello!
Hi!
I'm done now.
We're back.
Are you?
No.
Yeah, so
I didn't think so.
story recap. It's been 2 weeks since we last got together.
It's been 2 weeks since
I'm
we played
trying to
with
remember
you.
what we did. We escaped from the Temple of Tyr with wonderful glory.
And how did you escape? I would like a recap of that, please.
Disintegration through the cell room wall.
Yeah,
And we
pretty
ran.
much. And then there was also explosion.
Well,
on
the
opposite
self-locking
side.
door.
There were many explosions.
Yep, I recruited a couple more warriors of Odin. We got Clementina. Deathy ran away.
That guy was a jerk.
We never even talked
Kind
to
of
him.
mess.
He just left.
Exactly. He didn't go, thanks, you guys are the
He actually has
best."
like an aura of assholeness.
Yeah, seriously.
Poor good Yankees. That's all I recall. I went straight to the boat with the warriors, and the others went to
The swine and pearl.
Swan and Pearl. Told names are drawing blanks.
You can do it.
That's it.
Sassafras.
Sassafras told him that he is now under, possibly going to be under suspicion because he saw whatever his name is, saw me at the temple.
Brother
Brother.
Heat.
Brother,
Yep.
not brother. Was it Brother Heat? No. Oh yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that's right. Because
Yep.
Chinos turned into Mr. Nancy Pants.
Did you say Nancy Pants?
Nancy Pants, yeah,
I'm
Enzo Silva?
yeah.
Nancy,
Nancy Pants
Drew
works.
Mancino's
Nancy.
coming up.
I've changed into weirder things, so I'm fine with that.
Nancy Drew Mancino.
Oh my god.
No, it'd be Nancy Drew Stephen the Magnificent.
Fantastic!
It'd be a good crossover. Did anyone read? Am I gonna date myself here? But anybody like big Encyclopedia Brown fans?
Just put your quarter on the gas can, man.
All right, so you have bored a hole into the back of the Temple of Tyr in an escape from, basically the High Inquisitor and Brother Heed. Your efforts appeared to be sort of serendipitously coordinated with another group of presumably Odin followers, as they set off a mana bomb at the back of the temple.
I have to
Oh.
get one of those. I must get a mana bomb.
And raced through the city, got onto your cargo barge, and left the Bremwick docks. That's where we kind of pick up as you are. It's pretty late, sort of early in the morning, probably around 3 a.m. I would say. Sun will be rising in about 3 hours, maybe less actually, 2.5 hours this time of year. And last I heard, Captain Rosie,
Of the name pending.
where
the
were we
name
going?
pending.
Of the name pending. Where were we going?
Yes, where were we going?
North.
Okay. North. We're going north. This soothes Ithis at a spiritual level.
Actually,
North. Always north.
Always to the north.
Can I make an announcement, actually?
Are you pregnant?
He's hatching,
bird,
okay?
so,
He's
yeah.
hatching.
If
I'm
this
molting.
has changed alignment from lawful evil to neutral good.
Dun, dun,
Because-
dun.
We need to have a party.
Yep.
Oh man, Rosie needs a party cannon.
But yeah, no, he's his walls are falling down. So you guys are changing him for the better.
That's a large jump.
Well, I mean, he opened up to you guys last time for the first time, but really, I don't know, whatever.
All right, so I'll just prestidigitate some fireworks.
Rosie is gonna sing you a lovely
Yeah.
song about happiness and pancakes.
We're just going to pretend she sang it, though, right?
Meanwhile, she's like not
Yeah.
paying attention to where she's sailing to.
Happiness and pancakes all the
Sorry,
way.
Giorgio is there guiding her through it. Realistically, she's not skilled enough to
He's
take
like
this
holding
thing
on.
all the way out
Like,
anyway.
yep, we're going this way. Yep, this way. Yep.
Just keep shifting it just a little bit.
Just keep sailing, just keep sailing, just keep sailing, sailing, sailing. What can you do when you sail? Sail.
This is the stream.
Yeah, this is it for the next 2.5 hours.
Yep.
Oh god.
About a
you
half
figure-
hour after you guys leave the docks, Jubilus climbs out of the hold. As stealthy as a Jubilus can be.
I mean, he got on the ship without us knowing, so there's that.
Well, he beat you there. He
But
ran.
that means to hide.
Hang on, let's find out. I'm gonna give him a quick stealth check. Don't mind me.
-2. No, his dex is probably better than mine. 14.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't see him.
I forgot to pull up my character sheet.
It's that dark cloak he's got.
Yeah.
That velour jumpsuit.
I forgot about that.
So yeah, the gang is on the ship, and you are heading in the direction of Foxrun. Is your plan to actually stop there, or are you going to sail on through?
Well, probably need to stop there and at least get some supplies because we kind of booked out of there without really doing a full shopping run.
So
Don't you? Where was the alchemist shop again? Was that in Foxglove?
Also, Foxrun.
Foxrun, no.
Foxrun, sorry, Foxglove. My brain's thinking about plants for some reason. Okay, because I don't know about the alchemist shop, obviously. But...
Well, you heard us talking about it because we were talking about it earlier.
Oh, that's true. So I'm like, are we gonna go to your store? I heard you guys have a store. What's the name of the store?
What is the name of the store? I don't even remember the name of the store.
you guys named it.
Yeah.
I don't
3
think
years ago.
yeah, I was like, I don't think my notes go back that far.
I might have a note
here,
in
Susan.
Eduardo's.
That's right. He was still alive.
Yeah,
Oh,
he was a investor.
Yeah, he was.
Did he have a will? I don't think he had a will.
We just split it evenly between us. Same with Dice's share, and yeah. So, and then when I bump you off, I'll be the sole owner. It'll be fine.
Mhm.
Shit. Outside voice.
So I'm going to drop you on the map real quick here.
There.
Just to, and this is Caleb's memory. You'll be reminded that Bleakburn and Foxrun are also sort of under Tyr control.
Yeah.
So that'll be something to be aware of as you kind of head north. But after that, you can't quite see it on the map, but if you look at Addersfield, those little river outlets basically thread all over the place there, and you can actually sail this ship all the way to Fort Yazid.
Okay.
Cool.
It just becomes a little bit more precarious.
That's okay. Rosie's
water
up
gets
to the
more
challenge.
That's not my problem. That's
Yeah.
Captain Rosie's problem.
So did we see where the door, the temple in the Sanctuary Peaks was? The rough location?
Yeah, let me put a little marker on there. So I can give you like a region that it is supposed to be in.
Mhm.
There. I typed in like X for like looking for a web icon, and I got an X-wing.
Nice.
So I'm just gonna put that on the map here.
Nice.
Let's go with it.
We have now turned.
We found the
back
rebel
on-
base, sir.
Yep.
They're in the Sanctuary Peaks.
Where is it?
The
Are we
Sanctuary
in-
Peaks.
I haven't dragged it on there yet.
Oh,
The Sanctuary Peaks are too remote a location for an effective demonstration.
yep. They're gonna blow it up anyway.
It's actually a ancient
So-
Sith temple.
So we're gonna blow up Addersfield instead, because that's almost all they're on. Battle Yard.
Wow.
We'll do
Wow.
a Battle Yard. Oh my God!
That is a great looking temple.
There we go. It's somewhere in that region.
Yeah, that's perfect.
X marks the
Because
spot.
I was gonna say yeah, because it's easier to search for X than it is to draw X. But hey,
No, this is canon now, guys.
Yep.
This is it.
The Goliath have an air base.
That's terrifying.
Well, it's better than a shipyard.
Is
I thought we
it?
were going somewhere else with that. I was like,
Yeah.
Temple X-Wing.
Yeah, so it's in that region. Once you get there, you can basically start rolling survival and navigation checks to try and pinpoint where the entrance is.
I would like to try to get there.
I mean it's technically on our way, depending what way we actually go. But
Yeah, does Navic express this? I know that this is something that only Minchinos is aware of, I think, at the moment.
Yeah, well, we didn't really
First time I'm
have
hearing about
much
it.
time between the going to the library and then Temple of Tyr. So,
that's fair.
yes, I would like to express my interest in going to this temple.
I could
I'm all for it if it means going to Ramodna later.
I could totally see Navic being the one as we're in the Temple of Tyr blowing things up. He's like, I want to express my interest in going to this temple.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, when I was in the library,
Pretty
There's a
much.
temple I'd like to see.
speaking of temples,
Speaking of temples, since we're in one, there's
Rosie's
one
all
I'd
down
like to
for
go
it.
to.
So
Yeah.
are we cruising on beyond Bleakburn Foxrun, or what are we doing?
unless there's a reason to stop at Bleakburn.
Other than supplies, but
So let me figure out how far away this is. So you're leaving here, and
100
it's
miles.
100 miles to Bleakburn,
like an hour.
and then about 50, we'll call it 50 miles to Foxrun from there.
Only if we set the sails directly into the wind.
Yeah.
So the thing about traveling by boat on a river is your travel rate is slower than by land, but you can travel 24 hours a day rather than just 8. So let me figure out. We got 150.
We should have gotten a druid with gust.
Yeah.
Can't.
So it'll take you about. Oops. About 5 days
Sweet.
to get all the way to Foxrun.
Well, hi there.
That's
Thanks,
not
Ralph.
bad.
That's not too bad. And
Alright.
even if we're low on supplies, if this can make us stuff,
Great food and water.
Yep.
Even though we have lots of water. But
Yeah, you
this one
can
we
boil
won't
the
need
fresh
to
water.
boil.
I can handle the boiling
What do we need water for?
to drink.
I mean, we have 2 people that can cast make food and water.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. We
Right.
don't really need the water,
Yeah.
but we will need to boil the conjured water.
Yeah, you have 22 passengers right now, but I think a create food and water creates 45 pounds.
Yep.
Oh my god.
All right.
And we should have some buckets.
Lots of buckets. Bail.
So
Bail!
we just assume that Ithis is using that spell each day?
If he wants to.
Yeah,
It's up to him.
pounds and 30 gallons.
4 uses.
I mean, we had some things on the boat already.
So it
We had
says
some supplies.
So yeah, and it also says on the spell that it's enough to sustain up to 15 humanoids or 5 steeds for 24 hours. So
Yeah.
I could always rest into it if we want more.
Speaking of steeds,
Oh,
Did we forget our own?
Guess what we don't have?
I just remembered that too.
4 digits.
Digits.
Sam, no.
At least I got money for selling the tank. I didn't just abandon it someplace.
Oh, we ditched our pet.
I mean,
it's all right.
Did
Cecil.
I would assume that would be something at least I know Kayla would do when we got back to the boats. Because we never took them away. They were like escorted off by the Tyr guys, right?
Well, yeah, they were
Yeah.
stabled, right?
Yeah.
But
so I guess there's a chance
when you were
that we-
running to the boat, would you have preloaded the horse?
I guess you announced
Well-
to load the ship, so you might have hoped that they would remember. So let's go check. Should we go see if the horses are there?
Well, it's as much as I was running to the ship. How long would it had taken the rest of them to get to Sassel's and then bring everybody to the docks and get them on the
That's
So
true.
for-
Caleb did have a head start.
That is true.
So I'll leave it to DM discretion.
Yeah, so I think you would be able to, if you were just walking the horse onto the ship, then that's fine. The wagon would have needed the crane.
Did we have anything on the wagon worth
I have
saving?
no idea.
Nothing that we can't replace.
Yeah, I don't actually think you were. Let me check my hand.
Digits and I have all my shit, so I could care less.
I got my bag.
And your robe of many things, as I'm calling it now.
I mean, sure. It's not as great as you might think, but
Yeah, I think that everything that would have been on your horses is there. Or at least you could have like thrown them over when you were getting the horses from the stabling, right?
Yeah.
So don't forget that you have a prairie schooner parked in the itchy lot
That will probably not
of the Bremwick docks.
for a while.
Not that it would have done you any good traversing a desert anyway.
It's
Hmm.
true.
All right, sounds good. Then Digits and Elmer and Sam are all on the boat.
Sweet.
So in that case, you have 22 people and 3 beasts of burden to feed.
So I'll have to.
Yeah.
Train into
Yes,
it.
you will.
Well done. I will do that now. Okay. We'll have to eat some rations for day 1.
that's
I'm
fine.
okay with that.
All right. So as you guys are sailing, is the plan to sort of rest and let the crew kind of sail the ship, or are you setting up a watch order, or what is the captain's orders?
What is the captain's orders?
I mean,
Alright.
yes. What is the captain's orders?
So where are we currently?
Heading north.
Yeah, basically at Bremwick, as far as this map is concerned.
So we're at Bremwick. So question is, are we? Where is it? So are we just going straight to Foxrun? Or are we stopping at this Bleakburn place?
I think it'd probably just go straight to Foxrun, but
Yeah,
I
I
don't care.
I don't think we have any. I remember asking.
That's an extra tier town.
An extra tier. I remember asking the Warriors of Odin at the time. They probably couldn't answer, but because they were sent by another person.
Mm-hmm.
Did they ever mention where that person was?
Yeah, you can have a conversation with them if you like.
Okay, so as we have left, I would have probably inquired. Like, so who sent you?
he's like, we have a small group. I guess you could call us rebels. Sort of holed up in the forest to the east of Bremwick. I know that we were provided a significant amount of money with which we were to purchase the mana bomb, and at all costs use it in the most destructive way possible on the Tyr disciples, and so we went straight to the source. I don't know who paid for it, but presumably somebody who was very keen on getting Emma out.
Fair enough.
That was ultimately our goal, was destroy something important and get Emma out.
Okay. I assume there's no way to get in contact with this person since we've already left.
The person who paid for it?
Whoever was commanding your group.
If somebody can... Is anybody capable of doing a sending spell?
Nope.
Can Ithis? Does Ithis have sending?
I thought he did. Maybe it was.
I think he
message.
does.
Does Ithis hear us?
looks
He might
like-
be frozen.
I think he's frozen.
He looks like he's frozen.
Yes, blink twice.
He's fallen into a meditative trance.
He just
Yeah, he didn't wait for the captain's orders. He just
You know what? Let me take a look.
Oh, he can hear us and see us, but we can't
He's just
hear
really
him
stoic. He's just
or see him.
Oh, he's
He can
chatting.
cast sending.
Okay. So I
Yes.
think, if I'm not mistaken, if somebody were to describe someone, is that good enough to
I don't know.
reach them? I can never remember.
That's up to the DM.
Well,
Oh,
who's
there he goes.
who's that? 25 words, creature hears, blah, blah, blah.
Good.
Yep. I think you're supposed to be familiar with the person.
To a creature with who you are familiar. I guess just a description doesn't really count there, huh?
Probably not. No.
It's not like scrying where you can have like a
Right.
description of that person. Got it. Unless you stack those two spells. You scry on the person and then you're familiar with them.
I can do that.
Now keep in mind we are using the gritty rest rules.
Yes, exactly. So
So that may be an expensive thing, but it could theoretically happen.
I mean, so
Also, somebody roll me. Caleb,
Lord.
roll me.
Oh God.
Roll me a
Versus-
D100 because
Oh no.
maybe one of these guys has that spell. They're all Odin worshippers. They must have some.
88.
All right, yeah, that's good enough for me.
Oh, Discord, stop blinking.
All right, yes. So this guy can cast sending. Their names are Frederick and Harlow, and Harlow is the one who can cast it. And what did you want him to reach out to them and say? He's going to basically say, Emma's safe.
Yeah.
Although sort of in Narnia for the foreseeable future.
Pretty much, yeah. Emma's safe and will not be found by those that harm her. We are, I guess, other warriors of Odin are converging up in Ramodna.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. He'll send that along. And actually, you'll see him cast it twice. And somebody can make a perception check, an auditory one, if they want to try and overhear what he's saying on the second message.
Yes.
Aw, fine. Use that. Fine, I won't play two.
Am I paying attention to this?
I mean, I'm right next to him, so I am trying.
I'm not.
Ithis certainly isn't.
Rosie's like listening to everything.
Yeah. Rosie's like watching this crew. What are you doing? Get back to work. Get off your cell phone.
Get back to work.
Yeah. So Rosie can hear this, and actually, I think Rosie has heard this already. But
What is that?
you hear him basically describe Caleb again to whoever's getting this message, as we found Odin's butcher.
It's always ominous.
I'm
Does he
gonna go over. I'm like, hey, Giorgio, you got the wheel. I'm gonna go over and Caleb, and I'm gonna whisper what I heard to him.
Okay, I'll
Like, I don't know what it means, but
approach him after he's done doing his sending and inquire. and say,
Yeah.
Who are you mentioning my pseudo title to?
Oh, heard that, huh? We didn't know who you were, but we heard about you. We heard about what happened in Adiaco and beyond. I mean, you're kind of a legend among our group, actually.
So it's a good description then for you guys.
We've been trying to find you. Honestly, we thought you were dead as soon as we heard the Inquisitor was coming north.
Give me time.
But you're not, and this means we have a chance.
Oh yeah, we have more than a chance. We're fine.
cue uplifting music. Gina's like, God damn it. Or he has to poo. We don't.
I suspect
Could you
that they're gonna want to round everyone up and leave the forests. Realistically, we weren't gonna last very long in there after this anyway. They're gonna be looking for us. So, I basically said meet us in Ramodna.
Sounds good to me.
There's about 40.
Oh, it's wonderful to hear.
Well, this is great. Hopefully, we get to Fort Yazid sometime before, the last heat waves in the Ignis tracks hit, because I don't know if we're equipped to survive that, but
Yeah, we'll see.
Would I know if we are equipped to survive that?
oh, good heavens, no.
Okay, I didn't know if
Yeah.
it was something that Chinos might know. But
Yeah, similar to the Ceresian Steppes, where it's like kind of a death sentence to travel during the winter. Traveling during the summer in the Ignis tracks is similarly, like, you can get up to like, I don't know what this would be in Fahrenheit, but like probably around 140 Fahrenheit.
okay,
And
I mean, I'm good with this.
Yeah, it's
Chinos is fine, but
it's daylight for close to 21 hours or something like that.
So it'll be hot.
Yes, you will die.
damn.
And we're looking at the calendar anyways. We are at the beginning summer?
It is July.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
So
pleasant.
you're basically
In the
at the
middle of
height
it.
of summer right
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, that's why we're going to go to the temple first.
Yeah, you're gonna like,
Spend a month in the temple. Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Go into the temple.
I've
and
been there,
wait.
Why
done
not?
that. Let's do nothing.
I mean, you got 5 days, you got another 200 miles to where you can dock in Addersfield, and then another 170 miles. I mean, it'll be the month of Ignis before you actually even get to the temple. So
Cool.
it's actually not a bad plan.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Okay. So yeah. So we continue on. I'm assuming heading to Foxrun. I will do watches whenever I can.
Mhm.
Just to help out.
Most of the time after we've left too, I've been half listening but also watching off the stern.
Okay, sure.
Purple
You're
Make
always
me
stern.
anyone who isn't going to sleep right away. Give me perception checks.
I think I'm good, so I'm going to stay.
Oh,
I haven't been paying attention to the conversation. I've just been at the back.
I noticed
watching.
everything. I could see grass growing on the bank on the
Seriously.
distant shore.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I've been at the
So
back
does Navik.
watching everything.
Yeah, you guys are watching the same blade of grass
Just slowly.
twist as the morning sun peeks over the gale breaks. All right,
Oh, did you
perfect.
see that?
That's amazing.
Wow, I've never seen the grass do that.
Both Navik and Rosie can see sails catching up to you quickly. Smaller vessels. They're like little cutters, but they are traveling quite fast. And if
Excellent.
He likes it fast.
You know what the best thing about ships made of wood and cloth are?
They're made of wood and cloth.
They burn so nicely.
Oh, I learned a fire spell, guys.
It's always good on a wood boat.
I can produce flame now.
you're part of the team.
Hold that one. Hold that one up. We're good.
So proud.
We're all doomed.
I put my fire away.
We're doomed.
So these boats are gaining on yours, and they will probably have caught you within about 20 minutes.
So
Alright.
does it look like are they just ships sailing in our direction, or do they look like they're trying to catch us?
They are. Well, do you tell this to anyone
Yes.
else? Like, do you announce that?
Well, yeah.
I say
Like,
their ships.
ready the sails, do the thing, point the stuff. Things are
Okay.
happening.
Their
Yeah,
ships
George-
to the stern.
Giorgio's basically following around, correcting wherever you misstep. But the crew kind of flies into action, and Giorgio will say, like, you know, they shouldn't be able to sail that fast. The wind isn't strong enough, and their sails aren't big enough.
That's what she said.
They are being aided in some way.
Probably
Not
by,
good.
I don't know, a druid.
We need a pet druid.
They're pretty handy.
Anyone else can produce wind? Be quiet.
Yeah,
Natalie.
give me a little bit of time. Yeah. Produce flame behind Navik.
Do you guys want to take this 20 minutes to prepare anything?
I'm going to stand at the stern, and as soon as the first one gets within like 100 feet or so, I'm going to have a fireball going at them.
Okay.
So how far behind us, like how long would it take for them to catch up with this ship?
At this rate, like 20 minutes from where we are now, but once we get into like 800 feet of range, the initiative will start, and they will probably catch you within 4 or 5 rounds.
Well, I would like to cast hallucinatory terrain, words are really hard tonight, and make it look like a storm is forming.
She's a bit drunk, it's fine.
Okay.
But yeah, I want to cast and make it look like there's a storm and make them like believe they need to batten down the hatches, get ready for this horrendous storm, and like we're getting sucked into it.
Okay.
Here, I can even
How long does it take to cast?
25 minutes.
It's not an instantaneous, though, right? 10 minutes.
Yep. It's a long time.
Yeah, so it's a 150-foot cube within 300 feet.
So you can look, sound, and smell like another sort of natural terrain. So I can't make it look like a storm? Or I guess make it look like rough seas.
You can make it look like a whirlpool or something.
Ah, that's true.
Okay. So what is your spell DC?
It is 15.
So yeah, you can start casting that. By the time you are ready to kind of release it, they will be sort of within 10 minutes of you.
Okay.
Do you guys on the boat want to basically, do you want to hold off and sort of sell it? Like, do you want to make the boat look like it's trying to divert around it? Or are you just going to sail on through? Like, how do you want to help sell this strange phenomenon in a river?
I can do a number of thaumaturgy thunderclaps.
But like we're doing a whirlpool.
That's fine. It's tremoring thunderclaps, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
It's a lot of noise.
Sounds good.
That might work.
So do we want to? So should we make it look like it's starting behind the ship, or just as the ship's passing by, this thing starts up?
You know what we'll do? You know what we should do is when you're ready to release it, I'll do some prestidigitation and just throw a bunch of like sparks into the water, and then you release it, so it looks like I caused a whirlpool there.
Good call. Yes, let's do that.
And then I'll just start doing some thunderclaps and noises.
Okay.
Thunderbolts of lightning, very, very frightening.
Very frightening.
Them.
Okay. Let's keep it.
So, because I don't want it to sound like I don't think this could work, but remember, you're in a river that is like kilometers wide, and this is a 150-foot whirlpool.
It's kilometers wide?
At this point, yeah. Like it's like the River Thames, right? It's
All right. So they would be able to easily go around.
yeah.
If it's like right in front of them, you'd hope that they would like, or not right in front of them. They'd need time because it's a boat. You can't just like immediately steer around it.
Well,
Right, that's when I
they're
wanted to
still
know
10
like when
minutes
you
out.
planned on casting it. If they have a 10 minutes advance notice, then they're definitely just going to go right around it. But if you hold until they're within like casting distance for Minchinos' spell, for instance, his fireball, then presumably they would have to divert quickly.
Yeah.
I like that idea. Okay. So yeah, we'll hold off. So it forces them to turn their ship and hopefully give us more of an advantage. But everyone else be at the ready, in case they try any funny business.
Okay.
We'll see if we can't trick them.
All right.
And is it still your intention? Well, when they get to within like a kilometer of you guys, I think there's enough light out now that everyone is aware that they have spellcasters on board that appear to be channeling spells. Obviously, one of them appears to be some sort of control wind spell. There is someone at the prow of the boat, like standing out on the like the bowsprit, sort of channeling ahead of them. Somebody can give me, who's proficient in Arcana, can give me a check trying to identify.
Not it.
Dang it.
Ugh, it's too far away.
Yeah, so you can tell potentially what school it is, though.
Okay.
It is... Actually, let me look it up real quick.
Oh, Ithis!
Ooh.
Is he
Nice.
proficient in it? It's only 3, but I guess he's
Yes, I am proficient.
nice.
Nice.
So, Minchinos, you can tell that it's an evocation spell.
Mhm.
Ithis, you can tell that it is a wall of force.
Oh. All right. What that can pretty much piece together what that does. How long will it take for them to channel?
They are currently maintaining it.
Okay.
You know that they can hold a spell like that for around 10 minutes.
All right.
Do we know what they look
Alright.
like?
The people on the ships?
Yeah.
They have the blood red sashes.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
That are pretty obviously Tyr. In fact, one of these boats looks very much like one of the fishing boats that was parked nearby yours. Seems like they probably commandeered them.
Awesome. Bring it on.
All right, Rosie,
Yes.
you start channeling a whirlpool.
Yes, I do.
And Vincinos, you are basically making it look like you're casting this.
Yeah, when she's ready to release the spell, I'm just going to throw a bunch of sparks, maybe a fireball. Let me see, what's the prestidigitation one here? Actually, yeah, I'll just do a firebolt into the water. That's a little more like I'm doing something.
Mhm.
And where the thing is about to appear.
Okay.
Please help.
So we'll try and coordinate it as best we can.
Vincinos, give me a deception check.
Ooh, well then. Don't mind if I do.
Wow.
Oh my god, seriously? I haven't rolled anything in the double digits, have I?
I don't think so.
Nope. Well, one that didn't count.
Would you like to use your inspiration?
Do I still have it? I do still have it. Yeah, sure, why not?
Wow.
That's a little better.
That was close.
That was an ugly roll, but yeah.
I
All
saw
right.
the 4 at first. I was like,
Yeah.
really?
Yep.
So an impressive display of thaumaturgy, sort of kicking up wind and the mist from the back of the ship, kind of swirling around you, as though you are commanding the very river, and this whirlpool, sort of 3 times the width of your boat, begins to form, and the
Ominous.
crew. Not what I want. Can you remember what GM roll is to whisper myself a roll?
Isn't it dash
Isn't it-
GM roll? Dash
Yeah.
GM roll?
Slash GM roll.
Slash GM roll.
GM.
Yep, slash. Sorry, not dash.
I forgot that my rolling behind the dice thing didn't have token prompts.
Tappity tap.
All right. So you continue forward. The sort of illusory mist and rain kind of whipping around. Those of you at the back can actually you can almost feel like the illusion is like dampening things, and as the ships sort of like are gaining and gaining, one of them starts to pull off. The other one seems to continue forward, and then you can see the sails, just like all of the air is released from them, like somebody's canceled the spell that was driving it, and the ship just sort of coasts, and they sort of like circle, and as you kind of gain distance away from them, it looks like they are going to the shore.
Huh. Okay.
Interesting.
I'm still keeping an eye on them just to make sure. But
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
sail
So
on.
within the hour, they are sort of out of sight once again, and you continue on through to Foxrun.
Yay.
Hurrah!
5 days later.
What is your watch order throughout the days?
I'd probably be first watch.
I'll take second.
I can go next.
And I'll go after him. But I'll be around anyway because I have to help sail the ship.
I'm sailing away.
Sail!
Speaking of which, both Caleb and Rosie have your trainers with you during this trip.
Yep. We got trainers.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys noticed, Phil, if you look at your Caleb's sheet under his proficiency section, you'll see that there's a other skill that says tinkering 5%.
Yep.
So basically, every day of study with a master trainer, you gain 1% towards that proficiency. As soon as it hits 20%, you can start making tinkering checks on your own.
Okay.
But you're trying to roll under your proficiency skill. So basically, you'd be rolling a D100, and you need to get under 20 to actually accomplish what you're trying to do. But once you're, in like a month of study, you basically have 50-50 shot of succeeding.
Okay.
Same thing with Rosie.
Yeah, I see that with the 5% for water vehicles. Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys at the end of this trip are going to be basically jump up to 10%.
Yay.
Nice.
Can Rosie teach me more halfling language?
You'll have to
So
sacrifice.
I become
Well,
more
that's the thing.
proficient in it?
I'm in the process of trying to learn to sail the ship. I don't know if she would currently have
Yeah,
time.
so you would have basically, if you're going to devote a day to study, you would.
Oh,
That's
okay.
all you can learn or teach, basically.
Oh, I know. How about they do it in halfling language and I try to keep along with it?
You're going for that immersion environment.
Yes. So I'm actually learning halfling language and the ship.
There you go.
All right, I'll think about what that might be. I'll talk to my wife back here, who's actually the applied linguist. So
There you go.
There you
she'll
go.
tell me how effective that'll be, and I'll work it into a mechanic.
There we go.
Okay.
All right, I would like Vincinos to make me a perception check.
Oh, well, here we go.
Woo. Wrong side. Wrong side.
Just ignore that other half. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
Gone forever.
All right, so on day, I guess it would be probably day 3 or 4, as you're passing Bleakburn, that is 3. What level is Create Food and Water?
Level 3, I believe. Yeah. At least, yeah, level 3.
So how many? So 45.
We did have some rations left on the boat, too. I forget what the count was, because we got a bunch in, was it Baumgartner Green's Cross? We did get rations.
Yeah, you got a few days of rations left from that trip. Basically, I think there was. I actually have it written down somewhere here because you overbought.
Right.
I just don't want to. Oh, actually, you don't need to cast that at all. You've got enough.
Okay.
Yeah, you actually had 6 days left.
Hooray!
Although, okay, you'll need to cast at least one because that was 6 days for a much smaller crew.
Well, we can just have rations and the create food and water to
Exactly.
to each other.
Yeah. So Ithis go ahead and burn one of your level 3s, and that should be more than enough to get you guys through to.
Cool. All right. We do that. Come on, roll 20.
Cool.
So when you're passing Bleakburn, Captain, how close do you get to it? You can like hug the opposite shore and like stay almost a mile away, or you can come close and maybe scout it out a little bit.
I don't think she's paying attention.
I didn't hear. Sorry.
When you're passing Bleakburn
Yes.
in the ship, you can stay about a mile away, basically hugging the opposite shore,
Yes.
and try to stay out of their sight, or you can be closer and try to get eyes on the port there and see if there's anything to learn from checking in on Bleakburn.
Well, I want to check with Giorgio and make sure we could safely hug that bank without potentially causing any damage to the ship. Like, is there any shallows that we should be worried about or anything like that?
He's like, oh yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's just don't get within like 300 feet of the shore. You should be good.
Okay, and I'll ask the rest of the group if they want to get eyes on the town and scope it out, or do they want? Or should we stay out of sight?
I mean, we know it's taken over by Tyr, and who knows? They probably called ahead.
All right, out of sight it is. So we're gonna
Okay.
sail on closer to the bank. Sail.
With advantage because Giorgio's helping.
Yay, Giorgio!
Can Rosie make me a stealth check
Ooh. Ship stealth.
with a boat?
Engage.
Sneaky boat. Sneaky boat.
Ooh.
Yeah.
19.
Sneaky boat.
All right.
The boat's a rogue.
The boat is a rogue. The boat is a rogue.
Has a white streak down the side. No, wrong kind of rogue.
No.
Oh, oops.
They'll just be on a bowsprit anyway.
All right. And Rosie, make me a perception check.
Oh, gosh.
Actually, Ithis as well, because I figure that Ithis is probably hanging out up in the
Crow's nest?
Crow's nest.
Probably, yeah.
the Ithis nest.
It's
The
true.
bird nest.
The bird's nest.
The Aarakocra nest. So
Perfect.
good.
All right. You are fairly confident that you have passed by without anyone taking notice. You are not a warship. You are a hauling ship. You have a large hold and not much else. There are no guns on this ship or anything like that. So, I mean, this is a
Not
lumber
yet.
road, basically. There's all kinds of boats like you on the river.
Hmm.
And so you sail on by Bleakburn without incident.
Perfect. Yeah, my skills, everybody. What? You're welcome. You're welcome.
Navik, make me a perception check. This is on the night of the 4th day.
The night of the 4th.
Ooh.
Gilrod's a good number.
As you are sort of leaning out, looking over the water, there's like a full moon. It's a clear night. And you are close enough to the shore at this point. Again, like Giorgio's instructions, about 300 feet. You can actually see the road that you guys traveled down when you left Foxrun that first time. And you can see a caravan of about 8 wagons of various sizes in kind of disrepair. And they are moving at like breakneck speed. Like you're pretty sure if the animals are pushed like that for any longer than like a few hours, they would probably die.
Oh, jeez. Do I see any markings on the side?
Not at this distance and at night. You just kind of see the shape of the caravan silhouetted against the moon.
All right. Is it heading towards Foxrun, or
It is, yeah.
All right. Guess I'll keep an eye out to see if it continues going along.
Yeah, they actually overtake you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Which again
much
is
I-
crazy. This is like 8 wagons drawn by horses at full gallop.
That's quite impressive.
But other than that, there doesn't appear to be any significant sort of nothing's turning around and facing you or anything like that. There are no threats, and actually they leave your sight probably within an hour.
And how long estimation of when we would get to Foxrun?
You're probably about 15 hours away.
All right.
For Navik, probably like if you go to sleep, you'll probably be there within 3 hours after getting up.
All right. Well, I'll let the next person on watch know about the wagons.
Which is Rosie.
That's right. Up, let it go. Let's do this. Do some stretches.
Giorgio is like blearily like leaning and half sleeping on the wheel.
He's sober because I wouldn't let him drink anymore.
He
That
is.
was part of the rule of staying on with the crew, is he had to sober up.
And he's been doing pretty good. He's a little bit crotchety with the crew. He's not crotchety at all with you guys. But he does seem to take it out on the crew a little bit.
That's fair.
Yeah, he hands over the wheel and he's like, I'm gonna go, I don't know, sleep next to a horse or something like that. There's no beds here. And you take over. Give me one last perception check, Rosie.
Okay. Those
With
weren't very good
advantage,
rolls.
Yeah, totally with advantage. No, it is disadvantage actually.
Take your poison. You don't see anything particularly amiss. The sun rises once again, and as sort of the crew and everyone sort of wakes up with the new day, you will probably arrive in Foxrun within an hour or two, and unless anyone wanted to do something prior to that, you can sort of see the logging docks kind of peeking out over the river, where your sort of adventure began so long ago.
I'm going to switch from the regular Minchinos robes to the Stephen the Magnificent.
Okay.
And when I woke up, I'm going to look for that wagon. All those wagons.
Sure. Give me a perception check.
Aww.
Hasn't been any sign of them.
All right.
There's a flurry of activity on the docks as you guys are approaching, but it doesn't appear to be anything like there's no alarm or anything like that. It's just people getting ready to load up another hauler. And you pull alongside the dock. You're sort of secured, and sort of gangplanks are thrown over, and you guys are free to enter the town.
Yay!
Down.
Let's go shopping. Shopping montage.
So, just to remind me, since it's been a ridiculous amount of time since we've been here,
Mm-hmm.
there is the our shop. There's like a mayor's house type of thing, type of a town hall. What was there anything else of note in Foxrun?
In terms of like what kind of amenity?
Well, like a merchant square type of thing. I know it's not a huge city, but obviously supplies, things like that for the ship. But
Yeah, there's a caravansary there that is suited to provision sort of longer expeditions. There is I think it was called the Cat's Eye Inn, which you kind of
sounds familiar. Yeah.
spent a night and also discovered a murdered patron inside of.
That's right.
I still have that ring.
That ring?
The ring he
Oh,
stole from
yeah.
Eduardo.
the Kingsmaker ring or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
Oh, that is the house on Crimson Court. That is the manse of Hadrian Cisco, supposedly.
That was in Foxrun.
It was.
Wow.
That's when you met Finethil for the first
Yeah.
time.
I got lost.
That's right.
He was in the
That's
barrel.
right. Yeah. After we lit the crime boss's house on fire.
Yeah.
In the sewers. That's right.
I can't remember what the inn you guys met at was called. I remember the innkeeper's name was Gregor Muckflint. And
Of course it was.
And I remember the guard captain was Yorick Brood, and you guys thought he was an idiot.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, we do that a lot. That's a safe bet.
Let's see here.
I don't have any notes, so. That
Don't
long
worry.
ago.
It was actually a different computer too.
True enough.
Oh,
That's a
it was called The
person.
Shepherd and Wayne.
The shepherd and
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
OneNote is great.
Yep.
Yeah, so other than that, it's sort of like a kind of a boring town.
Okay.
Its only industry really is logging, at least when you left it.
Okay.
There does appear to have been some growth throughout the summer. There's a lot of new constructions, especially along the water. You get the sense that there was a lot of sort of refugees that ended up here during the Slod invasion, and many of them chose not to go back.
Okay. Oh, I'm going to suggest that we get some supplies,
Yeah.
and Rosie. I'm also going to suggest Rosie and I go to the inn to try and get the lay of the land. I'm in my Stephen the
Right, yeah.
Magnificent. She's a bard. It's a good traveling into the inn and schmoozing
Sure.
combo.
And everyone loves to hear mug thumping. It's a big hit, I'm sure.
It's true.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna go check out on the Alchemist.
I
Sure.
was going to suggest, do the Odin people want to stay inside?
On the ship, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can ask them. They're free to do what they want, just keep a low profile.
That was including you.
No.
Yeah, you do. So there are no obvious guard stations in a town like this, and but you do note that there are banners here and there, as though there is a presence. And in fact, the first sort of real proof that they're here is a recruitment notice on one of the boards at the docks, offering new recruits up to $1 a day to do work sort of with the Church of Tyr.
Hmm.
but there's no like big contingents or regiments like roaming the streets or anything like that. As best you can tell, any town guard are still just sort of the same old town guard that Foxrun has always employed. It doesn't look like they've lost anyone.
Cool.
So let's start with Caleb heading over to the town square and Eris's Essences, which is the name you guys chose.
Apparently, I don't even remember that for sure.
Yeah, I do remember that actually.
Yeah. And
yeah.
who would like to be there for this?
I'll go. It's a magic shop. Maybe
Oh,
the
God.
shop.
Alchemy shop.
Watch him! Watch him! He's stealing from me now! No!
I'll also see if there's a toy store.
Okay.
What was the name of the shop again?
Harris's Essences.
Really? That's what we picked?
Eris.
Eris's.
Oh, Eris's.
Yeah.
Like A-R-I or E-I?
ERRIS.
Yeah.
Or Eris. Eris is the guy's name.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. On the way, I want to kind of attempt to how big are these recruitment posters?
They're sort of like big, like royal official missives. They're
okay.
probably like the size of like a big poster.
Well, boo.
Just draw dicks on them.
Yeah, no way.
They do. The recruitment location that is specified appears to be at sort of a logging station, about 5 minutes outside the town front gates.
How visible are these posters? Like,
They're pretty bright. They've got the big Tyr rune on them, and yeah, it's using the official letterhead.
the official leather. Okay, I don't have anything I could do to it. I wanted to get rid of them, but I guess I can't without causing a commotion.
Fuss.
Yeah. Boo. Thinking. Debating on sending a couple of the guys out to like just see about getting rid of the posters. Or like graffitiizing them.
Are you talking openly about this, or
Yeah,
are you?
well, to the guys on the show. Before I leave.
Okay. Yeah, Pellin and Prellin are all up in that.
Yeah.
They're just like, we can do that.
Oh yeah.
Do it. and
You've
keep a
never
low
seen a
profile.
memo defaced like we can deface a memo.
I can't believe I'm the one saying this, but do we want to start causing a ruckus within an hour after landing in the town?
Why not?
Apparently they do.
Yeah.
You've changed, Minchinos.
Yeah, what's happened to
Oh
you?
man, I don't know. Hold on. I haven't had wine in 3 days. I ran out of my good wine.
Well,
Damn
go
it.
to the tavern. Go.
So,
Trying to decide if I trust you going to the alchemist shop without me.
I'll be fine without you.
Yeah. Well, I'm going. So.
that helps.
Oh, that makes me feel so much better. Hands to yourself.
Ooh, look with your eyes, not with your hands.
I don't follow that rule.
We know.
That's why we can't have nice things.
I have nice things all the time.
Sir,
And you
now.
see a nice thing, you pick it up, and then it's yours.
I'll leave it for now. I'll head to the
Okay.
alchemist with Navik.
Is there a toy store?
Make me a. Are you asking around?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Make me a investigation check modified by your charisma modifier.
Ooh.
All right. Then persuasion.
Nice. So you approach like this little old lady, who's like pushing this. It's basically a walker, but it's sort of made entirely out of like spare wood. It seems a little rickety. One of the wheels appears to be worn down to the point where it's almost like every time it rotates, it's like ka-junk. And she's like sort of catch herself. And you go up to her and you ask her, "Is there a toy store around?"
Is it? Is there a toy store around here?
She's like, "Oh, yes. My goodness, they are feeding you children so you're quite large." Back in my day, let me tell you, my children were pretty much runts. We would just feed them gruel, but I don't know, they must be feeding you the trees themselves. And she like pats you on the knee. She's like, "Yes, if you're looking for toys, just over here, there's a small toy maker. They usually just make things out of wood and leather, but perhaps you can find something. Maybe a little wagon. Would you like that? Here." And she kind of reaches into a tiny little purse and she puts two copper pieces in your hand. She's like, "You go buy yourself something, you sweet boy."
This is the best moment.
It
Fills with joy.
Little do we know it's a relation to Mr. Grumblebottom.
This is Grumblebottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's her
No,
sister.
don't assume their gender identity. That's
Mr.
rude.
Mrs. whatever it was. We don't know. We weren't there.
It's true.
It's true.
It's really Baba Yaga.
Well, in the newspaper. Also, you got to bear in mind they're probably sewing buddies.
All right. I'll be like, Gillip, I want to go over here.
You're not going to thank the lady?
Yes, I said thank you.
By walking away, obviously.
Hello. The little old lady's watching this.
You.
The little lady's watching the dwarf chide the giant for not saying thank you.
I'm probably
I
older than
said thank
Navig
you.
is.
You should thank your elders.
Yeah. She looks over at Caleb. She's like, "It's okay. I understand. It's fine. You have yourself a great day, okay?"
You as well, ma'am.
Oh my god.
Since you are willing this toy store into existence, I'm going to make you name it.
There you go.
I'm glad, though. Isn't it good that Garrett isn't here to accidentally kill this lady?
Oh.
Just throwing it out there.
I would say it's too soon, but it's been like 2 years.
Yeah, no.
These chairs.
That poor lady. Yes, what is the name of your toy
He's
store?
thinking.
Yeah.
He's
Harold's Handy...
handcraft.
Harold's Goods. Harold's Handy Goods?
Oh, come on.
Harold's handy.
Oh, God.
goods.
You said he makes it out of leather and wood, so he's
Terry's-
handy.
All right.
Terry's Terrific Toys.
No.
Nope, it's Harold's
Fine.
handy goods.
Fine, it's handy goods. Angriest of handies.
All right.
Wait, what?
Navik, you push open the door to Harold's Handy Goods. Behind the counter is a little man with suspenders that are like way too thick. They kind of like pinch up at his neck. They are holding up a pair of pants that almost look like they would be like, those waders that you would use for fly fishing. It's like a pair of jeans that are that sort of like there's too much pants. And he kind of looks up and like his sort of chestnut hair with like graying at the sides. He goes, "Oh, hello!" And he's got like a big scruffy mustache.
Hello. Do you
I'm
have
Harold.
any... What?
I'm Harold. What's your name?
My name's Navik.
Pleasure.
I was wondering if you have any Sir Boba the Brave toys.
Big strapping lad like you, I thought for sure you'd be in here for one of the hacksaws or lumber axes. But you're looking for the boba. Well,
It's for my daughter.
oh. I apologize. I presume to, but yes, I actually do. I have 2 of them.
Ooh.
But well, they're quite valuable, you know.
Yes.
If I am to show you them, I am going to have to go and get one of the town guard to stand by. It's just precaution, you must understand.
Sure.
I understand.
Okay. And he kind of like goes out the side of the door and he rings a little bell. In a minute, this like half asleep guard comes in. He's like, all right. And he goes, okay, good.
Do I recognize him?
No, he's just some random guard.
Random guard number 23. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. They don't name the
Yeah.
the extras.
Immersion killed.
That's go ahead and roll me. I think let me just double check here. Handouts. Sir Boba and pals. Roll me 2d20 and we're gonna find out what they have in stock. Oh no, duplicates. Unlucky. So Harold comes out with 2 little boxes of twin Icky the Mephit.
Icky's the imp.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The little
Oh, I don't
fluttering
have
imp.
that one. Excellent. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
2 Ickies.
Hey, Icky, you're so fun, you blow my mind. Hey, Icky.
He says,
I
now,
will-
I will be honest with you, this box has been opened, so it's a little bit cheaper. The other one, pristine.
Can I inspect the one that has been opened to see if it is damaged in any way?
Yep. He's like, oh, yes, sir. He kind of opens it up and hands you this little plump imp
Poor Joe.
animal.
He's back.
He was fine.
I didn't see
He
him
was
doing it.
all. The screen was flickering for me.
Everyone's doing that for me.
Yeah, Discord's having issues tonight, it seems.
All right. I'll just look at the doll. It look all right?
Yeah, you want to do an investigation check or?
Sure, why not?
It looks
It
in great
looks good.
condition. Yeah, it looks fine. There's no like ripped seams or anything like that.
I will inquire about the price for this.
He's like, about 350 for the open box, 400
pieces.
for the sealed box.
Copper pieces it is.
Oh no. It should be gold pieces. That's why I
How
brought
much?
the guard in here.
How much did you say for the
350 for the open
350.
the other one, the
400.
unopened?
Unopened is 400. So 50 gold difference.
I'll give you 300 for the open box one.
300.
Yes.
No, I don't know. I think 350.
It's already been opened. It
Well,
looks
that's right.
like it's
That's why
been
it's
played
cheaper.
with already.
Well, I mean, it may have been handled a little bit, but it's a toy. That's what it's for.
Exactly.
Where are you going to find another Icky the Mephit?
Right here.
Exactly. Tell you what, you find yourself another Icky for 300 and I'll beat it by 10%.
Amazing.
Well, I wouldn't need to get another one if I had one already.
But you don't, do you?
I never said that.
He kind of makes it dance a little bit. Just think how happy your daughter would be.
I picture A from The Simpsons with the potatoes.
The what's he eating Gilbert Grape dance.
Yeah. Um, So what, you're trying to ask for 300 for the used one, right?
Yeah. I think it would be much better to actually be used than stay in here for 300.
Well, I think so too, but I also have a business to keep afloat.
How about we do 250 and I donate 100 gold to a deity of your choice.
Wouldn't that just be me donating 100 gold to a deity of my choice?
Exactly, but you don't have to leave your shop.
No! I don't know where you guys are from, but this toy costs 350 gold.
Here,
If you don't have 350 gold, I understand. I can hold it for you if you'd like.
how about I give you 3 blue tourmalines, each worth 150 gold each, or rather, 100 some odd for this toy.
100 and some odd.
I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna have to get an appraiser if we're gonna do any bartering. This is a lot of money, you know.
Yeah.
I could retrofit the entire front of my shop with this. How much are those? Do you actually know how much those tourmalines are?
You said they're 100 each.
100 each. Okay. And you're offering 3 of them.
Yep.
But you're trying to tell him that it's 100. They're worth 150.
They're worth 350 for 3 of them.
Got it. Okay. Can you make me? Is Navik willfully lying here?
Nope.
He actually thinks they're worth that.
Yep. They're spiny gems, so I was like, I think they look really good for.
Yeah. He's like,
you told me it, but I don't know it as Navik.
Real quick, if this is just gonna hear all this this basically bartering and things, he's gonna walk in, he's gonna put down. I assume yes. He's kind of interested, and he put down 50 gold. Like, here, just take it.
now, I don't know where this bird came from, but this toy costs 350, not 50.
Now I know. You cover the rest, Navik.
Where did you all come from?
I'm surprised as you.
This got weird.
So you're giving me 3 gems here, and then this bird that just wandered in is paying 50, and you're gonna make 100 gold donation to a deity of my choice.
If you sell it for 250, sure.
Just give him the 300, Navik, and I'll cover the 50.
My head's starting to hurt.
So 3 gems and 50 gold coins, yes?
The 3 gems were 350.
Basically, I'm saying just give him the gold.
Yes, I understand.
Hang on a sec. I'm just gonna do a quick appraisal check for Howard.
Oh man.
And here I thought it was going to be me and Rosie was going to be the faction
Yeah,
here.
I know.
This is what happens when you send me and Navik off somewhere.
And apparently it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just follows
Just tags along.
So I think
Apparently Howard knows his gems.
Yep.
He goes, nope,
Wow.
these are worth 100.
Darn.
I mean-
well,
All right. Well,
it covers
3
the total
gems
cost.
and the 50 gold.
That's 350.
Yeah.
Ha.
You know how to count.
We have a deal.
Amazing.
He's like, would you like me to gift wrap it for you?
Yes, please.
Take the free gift wrapping. Do it.
So as he's sort of wrapping it up, he kind of brings it out. He's like, this was the most confusing sale I've ever made.
Yes.
But please enjoy.
Tell us about it.
He knows his gems.
Yeah.
It was worth a try.
All right. You leave a very confused Howard's Handy Goods.
Wow.
We'll burn it down later. Don't worry.
Ooh, guys, I got a fire spell.
All right.
Now we can finally make it to the Alchemist and find out what happened.
You're heading to the Alchemist. The Alchemist shop. If you remember you probably don't remember, but when you actually invested in it, it had just been purchased and was being cleaned out.
Mm-hmm.
That is where Eris found the Mortal Culturalist's Guide that he gave to Dices, among a few other things. It is completely transformed. Like, they have sort of beautiful displays that sort of spill out onto this nice deck that's been built out into the town square. Like, it is the focal point of this town square, and it's busy. Like, there are wagons and horses kind of outside the building, and that appear to have been sort of equipped for travel. And it seems like it's like not just a stopover or for townsfolk's utility, but rather it's bringing in customers from far and wide. And if you step up onto the front, the door automatically opens. You feel a gust of cool air, contrasting the summer heat.
Oh my God! He paying for AC.
And you step inside. There is sort of glass cases and bubbling pots and things like that all over the room. There's like what smells like fresh baking sort of wafting around. And
general store now?
Yeah. There doesn't appear to be any like source of the baking smell. It just appears to be pumped in because it's pleasant. And at the back, you see in very well tailored sort of leathers, Eris sort of discussing with somebody about the properties of some kind of potion. And you also see a woman with sort of wavy, curly blue hair sitting in one corner of the room, appears to be etching something into like a tablet of some kind.
Yeah, that's our enchantress, right?
I don't know, you never met her.
But we did hire an enchantress, I thought.
You did, yeah. From what you, if you remember, her name was Gwendolyn Crew.
Oh, I kind of remember it, sure.
I'm sure we would have remembered that.
Cool.
Yeah, Eris finishes up and he kind of looks up at the group. Who all is in front of him?
Me. Caleb.
And me, I guess.
Yep, me as well.
Nobody else? Oh yeah, you guys went to...
They went to the tavern.
Right. Okay, so Eris kind of looks up at you and he kind of like scrutinizes strange faces.
It's been a while.
And he sees Caleb. Caleb, in the last year and a bit, like, has your beard changed at all? Is it longer?
It's probably a bit longer.
Yeah.
Probably a bit
Grayer?
longer in areas, shorter in areas because of getting singed by some people.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
But yeah, and I just realized that he would know absolutely nothing about Navik or Ithis, as far as I'm aware.
I think I did.
We
I
have not
get
come
into
back
the
to
group.
Foxrun.
But was I in the group at Foxrun
No.
or?
No, you joined in Bremwick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he looks up and he kind of like squints at Caleb and he goes, "As I live and breathe. Surely not.
Yep, still alive.
Still alive. You know, Dices came through here a couple of months ago and she said you all died horribly."
Yeah, she's having one of those mental issues.
Okay.
Yeah, just one day she sprouted wings and went away and never came back.
She did seem a bit preoccupied.
A little bit.
But her studies with the Morticulturalist Guide have come a long way. My goodness. She sold me all kinds of strange things like ogre innards and weird troll bezoars. She wouldn't sell me the Dracolich egg, though.
Oh,
She was
great.
quite fond of that.
That's good to know.
But anyway, she came by and she checked out. She cashed out her share of the business and said she needed it for another investment.
Death.
Interesting.
She has new hobbies. It's
Yeah.
all right.
At least we know she's kind of heading north somewhere.
Oh gosh, we're all screwed.
Yep. So, speaking of business, how is business?
Well, business is just incredible. I mean, I haven't been able to get in touch with you in a long time, but we have been doing excellent, and it's all thanks to your investment, of course,
Of course. We
and my considerable skill,
yes,
and Gwendolyn.
and Gwendolyn.
Oh, this is Gwendolyn.
I was like, "Hi, Gwendolyn. How are you doing? Nice to finally meet."
She kind of turns and looks at you, and she goes, "Yes, and your name is."
You may call me Caleb.
Oh, I think Eris mentioned something along that. Yes, but pleasure. Thank you for hiring me. It's been wonderful.
Thank you. Well, hopefully we can get to use your services soon. Let me introduce my associates here. We have Ithis and we have Navik.
Hello.
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 Eris is just like, Okay.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah.
So where's Eduardo?
He's in this little bag.
Yeah, I'm carrying him around. He's actually in the hammer. We made a pocket for him.
I've been using Eduardo as a hammer this entire time. Okay.
Oh man.
Why
Poor
do you think I
Eduardo.
called it Eduardo's hammer?
Yeah, fair enough. Eduardo's in a better place, I think.
Oh no. Okay. So he was the one that died horribly.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
He hated trees.
And healing, actually. Yeah, come to think of it.
True story.
Yes. These clerics of Thor, am I right? All war and piss and vinegar.
So anyways, Sassel was mentioning that packages kind of stopped coming. Did you run into
Oh yes, when we thought you
issues?
died horribly,
Oh.
because we hadn't heard from you in the Slod invasion, we stopped sending them because we stopped getting receipt that they were actually being delivered.
Huh. Interesting.
I know we got you a couple of potions and maybe the ring of warmth that Gwendolyn made.
Yeah, we did get those.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there was 2 other parcels. There was a Quall's feather token, some sending stones,
Those would be useful.
some superior healing potions.
Those would be useful too. But yeah, we're alive and we're back.
Well, this is great.
Do you have anything for us currently?
Well, what would you like?
That's a very good question.
If you give me a little bit of time, I can put together a package for you that I think you'd enjoy.
Sure. I also have one other ask of you as well, and I will hand
Sure.
him the remaining 4 potions that I have from Mr. Bullywug.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, could you take a look at these and just tell me what they possibly either do or what they contain?
He holds up one of them. Goes, this is either like very amateur work or the work of an eccentric.
Yeah, it was a Bullywug we met way down south.
A bullywug.
Yeah,
Was his name Paul?
I think it was, if I recall correctly.
I've heard of him. I would be honored to identify these potions.
Awesome. I would love to know what they do before I drink another one.
I've heard that when you open one of these, Polywog knows.
Yes.
Is that true?
It is true.
That's incredible.
And then he can talk.
He
with
does
people.
incredible research. I don't know if you've ever studied in Lumiere d'Accad, the art of alchemy, but Paul is well known there. Some say he is over 400 years old.
Wow.
And you met him.
Yep. Randomly on the path down. It was an interesting conversation, to say the least.
Incredible. I will get started on this right away. Gwendolyn, I'm skipping my lunch. He kind of grabs the potions and heads upstairs.
Great. We'll be back, say, what? Couple hours? How long?
Yeah, as he's like trundling up the stairs, he goes, yes, couple hours.
Okay. If you guys want to look around, I don't know if you are interested in looking at things. Naviganithus.
Yeah, if you guys want to buy anything potion related or something enchanted,
Bye.
then you can just let me know and we can sort of package it up. But I think we'll take a 5-minute here.
Sure.
And we will come back with Rosie and Minchinos entering which inn? Shepherd and Wayne or the Cat's Eye?
The bigger one that I remember we went to, which I think is the Cat's Eye, right?
Yeah, the Cat's Eye is the fancy one.
Yeah, we'll go there.
Okay. All right.
We shall return in 5.
Mhm.
And we're back with the wonderful sounds of Minchinos.
Yeah, that's true.
Welcome.
All right. So we are outside of the not. It's not the Gilded Serpent. It's certainly not the Leading Lady. But for a little town, you know, the Cat's Eye is at least upscale. And outside of the front door, there's a greeter. As you approach, Michinos, obviously in your best attire.
My Stephen the Magnificent attire.
Yep.
Oh, Steven.
He says, "Good day. Are you staying?"
Good day.
Good day, sir. How are you? My name
I'm
is
quite good, yes.
Stephen the Magnificent, and next to me is my companion Petunia, who we're just traveling through and came to stop by your inn. Maybe do a little entertaining. We are entertainers after all, and peruse your wares. Have a bite to eat, a drop to drink. You know.
Nothing lowbrow, right?
Do I look lowbrow?
I mean,
Yeah,
she
check
looks
Petunia.
like she could be.
Is this a size? Are you being sizist?
No.
Calling the halfling lowbrow?
Very droll, sir.
I'm joking with you, of course. No, we're fine. We've just come from Adiaco and a fantastic stay in in Baumgarten, where we were, to put it mildly, we were a bit of a hit.
Very good. Would you like to talk to the proprietor?
I'd love to.
He opens the door. He goes,
I'll toss him a silver on the way by. Bing.
"Thank you, sir."
Thank you.
Ash, you're muted.
Yeah, you're muted.
It's fine. No one needs to hear me. It's okay.
I heard her, so it was funny on my end.
It
Can
looks
you
good
guys
on my
see
end.
that?
No, I think it's just you.
Because it's like a still frame that is slowly distorted more and more to have weird colors. And like
Discord keeps doing that on weird things.
It's broken.
So you guys enter. There's a dated lobby with sort of faded red carpets and a small front desk. There's nobody currently at the desk, but you can hear somebody rummaging around in like a back room.
Is there like a bell or anything?
Yes, there is.
I will ding the bell.
I ding the bell.
Oh God.
Many times.
Oh, I'm that kid. Yeah. Ding 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 ding.
Somebody comes like scrumbling around and they're like, "Oh, goodness gracious. Yes, I apologize. I didn't mean to keep you waiting."
Not a problem. Not a
Hi.
problem.
Hello. Hi. Pleasure to have you at the Cat's Eye. Yes. Yes, hello. Are you checking in?
Well, actually, we're just here to have a bite to eat, a couple of drinks, perhaps check in for the evening. But we're also entertainers of note, so we thought we might see if maybe we can work out a little bit of a trade.
Oh.
My name is Stephen the Magnificent. My companion Petunia is an accomplished bard and musician.
I take off my hat to do a flourish bow and then pop it back on my head.
Well, yes. That's quite a hat.
Why, thank you.
What kind of shows do you put on? Musical, obviously.
And then I'm gonna put my ukulele and just strum it.
This is not the bagpipe.
Yeah.
That's later.
Yeah.
You don't
We
open.
don't open.
You don't open with the bagpipes. It's a rule.
You're more of a closer, maybe an encore.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
except they're the fiery ones like you see in that Portland video.
Yeah. He says, well, yes, if you're willing to put on a show, of course, room and board, it's all yours.
Yes.
Fantastic. You won't regret it, I promise you.
Just
I
it
have
was
bagpipes.
Stephen the Magnificent and Petunia?
Yes,
Is that how it should be listed on the marquee? Or not the marquee, but, the
of
chalkboard?
course. Sure, why not?
We change it up.
Okay. Perhaps I could add my own flair to it. I do know the locals and their preferences.
Okay.
Yeah. Nope. I will
Okay,
leave
great.
it to your judgment.
So can you be back here at about 7 p.m.?
I don't see why not. I mean, I'm not even back here. Do you mind if we go ahead on into the inn and have a little whistle wedding and a bite?
Oh, absolutely. Hey,
I'm so hungry.
we usually start dinner service around 6:30, and I figured once everyone had placed their orders, you would
Seems fair.
come in and... Oh, okay, great. This is excellent.
What time is it now, DM?
It's like the morning.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is
like
there a
probably 10
breakfast?
a.m.
Is there a breakfast seating available?
There
You
is.
can eat?
I mean, it's
Fantastic.
probably finished
Yeah.
now, but there might be some additional things left.
hope
I could
they're
also
making
have the
waffles.
cook make you something fresh if you'd like.
That would be wonderful, thank you.
Great. Excellent. Well, please see yourself in, and I will prepare a room for you. Just the one room?
No, we'll take two.
Two rooms. Okay, great. Excellent.
She snores like you wouldn't believe.
I sing in my sleep.
Oh, well, that could be... never mind.
It's not really.
All Backstreet Boys and Spice Girls. You don't want to
Yeah.
be there.
All right, so you guys are free to enter the dining room. There's
All
like one person there who's got their travel gear already on. They're just like scarfing eggs into their face and getting ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anybody working the place?
There's like one waiter who's like cleaning things up, and you can hear clinking and clanking from the kitchen. Presumably, there's somebody there. It seems like they've already sort of let out for the day from the night before, so it's
Okay.
pretty quiet here right now.
Well, we made a solid choice here.
I see that hopping place we picked.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, when it's like, what, 11 a.m.?
Yeah, checkout time was 10.
Well, we can grab some food and then go
Yep.
do a little
So-
walk around.
Is it just tables, or is there like a bar type area?
There's a bar type area. It doesn't look like it's manned at the moment, but the room you're in could probably host over 100 people. So
Perfect. All right.
Is it 5 o'clock somewhere? Is that the kind of morning you're having?
Well, no, it's just easier on the people. They don't have to set up a whole table set up. But this is, you go up there and talk to them there. Just trust me.
Okay.
Trust me. So yeah, I'll go over, sit down at the bar, just sort of wave at the waiter. When you have a second, if you could.
I'm gonna climb up on the stool. You're gonna see me just like pop up next to him.
Oh, there's actually a lever that will lower the stool down to varying heights. Exactly, yes.
This is the most fun ever.
They spin as well, yes.
Really? Hold on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, she took them off.
So like, well, this was the easiest clients I've... Okay, yes, this is great.
I love this place.
Would you like a drink?
I would love a drink, perhaps a lighter wine, please, if you could. And we'd love to have some breakfast if you have something still on the stove.
Yes, nothing fresh at the moment, but I could get something created for you if you'd like.
That'd be wonderful.
Ooh, do you make Shirley Temples? The kind with the cherries?
We could, yes. Yes.
Those are awesome. They're my
Do you prefer pear juice or apple juice?
Ooh, apple.
Okay, very good. Unfortunately, we don't have any of those fancy citrus fruits from up north, but
Oh, of course.
occasionally on special occasions. But we're
That's
just
okay.
Yes. The waiter pours you a drink, and within a couple of minutes, there's some fresh food in front of you.
Cool. Does he look? Is he still hanging around, or is he off doing more things?
Yeah, he's sort of like keeping himself busy, but he's staying
Sure.
within range of you.
All right, let's start eating, and I'll be like, so, what's going on in the town? I haven't been here in over a year. It looks so different.
Well, there was, of course, the many new residents. Our population has sort of swelled. They're just sort of finishing off some new home building, and close to 300 new residents in Little Foxrun.
What are those banners that I keep seeing around?
Oh, the Tyr banners, yes.
Tyr? Huh.
Yes, they've decided to set up a temple in town.
Oh. I guess little religion, they can't hurt anybody, right?
Yes, and there's, not many Tyr worshippers, or at least there weren't, but, they're doing good work.
Are they? What kind of work are they doing in the town?
Well, they're actually the primary labor force to get all the new homes built.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Just to correct my memory, Edwin was here when he disappeared, right?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah, and you know what? I also wanted to look up a buddy of mine while I was here. A guy named Edwin. Are you familiar with him?
Salvador.
Yeah, that's the guy. Oh, I couldn't remember his last name. Yes, that's him.
He's a friend of yours, is he?
Well, when the last time I was here, when there was the whole thing before the invasion, he was really nice to me and my friend. He got us a nice little gig, and I just thought I'd call on him and say hi and thanks now that I'm in town again.
Well, I don't think you should be. Well, I don't want to. If it's been a long time.
Oh, it's been like a year or something like that.
Edwin was Foxrun's mayor, and
in
the last few months, he has gone missing along with close to 60% of the town's treasury.
Oh my gosh.
And Rosie's like, wow.
Yeah, I guess you really can never tell about a person, huh?
No, you can't. I thought he was good for this.
He seemed like a nice old guy. A little,
Yeah. Well, I've heard rumors about his wife down in Bremwick, that big city politics too. And I have a feeling they're probably in cahoots.
Yeah, you never can tell. So you disappeared? Would you say like 6 months ago?
No, well, only like 2 months ago.
Oh, 2 months ago. Sorry.
Yeah.
60% of the cash.
That's what it was. It's been a long journey on the road. So.
Well, the town is still reeling. Most of our dock refurbishment money that was supposed to happen this summer is just gone.
Mm-hmm.
And as you know, probably from arriving, the lumber docks are they're in disrepair.
They didn't look great, I'll admit, but I'm not an expert. I didn't know. I'm more the expert of the taverns and the bars, if you know what I mean.
Right. I apologize. I didn't mean to put our local politics on.
No. It's always good to
breakfast. How rude of me.
No, please. I don't mind it at all. And I'll toss a couple of extra silver on the table.
As this is going on, Rosie's still spinning in the chair, just so everyone's aware. Just every so often goes, ah, and around she goes. She is paying attention, but she's still spinning in the chair.
We might want to talk about maybe buying one of these chairs before we leave. Who is that? The proprietor out front?
Oh yes, you could probably. Actually, the person who designs them has a small store. It's what was it called? Howard's Handy. It's his design.
Really?
Of course it is.
I may have to stop by and see Mr. Howard then.
And I'm gonna look like, we need one of these.
I knew you were going to say that.
We need one. Can you imagine me driving one of these?
I actually can.
Terrifying, but yes.
Anyway, I won't keep you. I'm sure you have work to do, but thank you very much. And it's always good to catch up on the town. It also makes it a little easier to put some local flavor into our act. You know what I mean?
I understand. Is there any special setup that I can do for you before tonight?
Not really, as long as there's a little bit of a stage. I do some storytelling. Petunia here covers the music. We have a little special effects, but yeah.
I could put some fresh cut petunias around the stage.
That'd be so cute.
It's like done, and I will have one of those stools on the stage for you as well.
And I'm just gonna look at Pacino's like, best day ever.
This is when we find out she's allergic to petunias.
Oh, could you imagine?
She's got terrible allergies.
Yeah.
Saving throw against Petunia allergy.
Oh gosh, I hope so. That'd be the best. I'm totally, yeah.
Constitution.
Oh yeah. We're gonna find out soon. We will find out if I'm allergic.
All right. Anything else you need from?
No, I
from
think
him?
we'll just finish eating and
Go wander around.
Catch up to the others.
maybe we'll go find Howard's place. But no, we're also going to check around, and eventually I do want to get over to the shop, the alchemist shop. But
okay,
yeah,
I think we got enough of what we needed from this guy.
Yeah.
All right. Over at Eris has gone to investigate the potions and to prepare you sort of a little royalties payout in the form of various goods.
Yay.
How would you like to spend the rest of the morning?
Are there any pleasant parks? Are there ducks? Can we go feed some ducks?
Bits.
I mean, sure.
Yes. If you want to feed your bits to the ducks, that's your business. That's none of mine. Whatever.
Somehow this is less comfortable.
Maybe some might drink through my nose.
I would like to spend the rest of my time kind of using my hat of disguise, finding out more about what the Tyr guys doing up at the lumber mill / logging area.
Yeah, so you're just gonna go around and ask for information in various disguises?
Yeah.
And they're bad. There'd be like a mustache, the lady has a monocle, and it's obviously the same guy. Like old cartoon, he's just his coat's now on inside out.
Except it's all done through magic.
Appreciate the 25.
Right.
Navik and Ithis, are you gonna go along, or are you branching out to do your own thing?
I'm going to go along for now. If this doesn't really have anything else in this town, please.
Yeah, there's nothing really else I need to do.
So when you guys head out into the square, Caleb sort of steps to his side and sort of changes his appearance, and comes back out. Navik, you notice a single wagon with like a broken axle and like one horse where there should be four, sort of limp into town. Behind the wagon, there is a long train of people. They look like they haven't slept. They are wearing sort of dirty clothes, mud-caked boots, and like dirt on their faces.
Mm-hmm.
Men and women, and even a couple of children.
Even a couple children?
Mm-hmm. And they sort of basically pull up to the caravansary, and the horse that's pulling the wagon just falls over.
Oh no!
There's people like rushing out of the caravansary and like trying to tend to the animal, and like they seem to be sort of looking at this crew that have just arrived.
And is there any are there any guards or like people with weapons there?
Yeah, among the group, there's actually quite a lot of them who have short swords, a couple spears. Even a couple of them have like decent chainmail armor.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it looks like they've been living in it. Like it's not been cleaned in a while.
Really?
Any markings?
Yeah, you can give me a DC 12 perception check. Yes. Occasionally, like you're looking close at them, and this one man who has the chainmail on He kind of leans over to help somebody with a bag, and a symbol of Odin falls from out of his shirt.
All right. That's interesting.
Dangling on a chain.
Michino's no. He's not beside me.
Nope.
Caleb is beside me though.
Yep.
I'll nudge him in the head with my.
Nudge him in the head.
I'll be like, "Boo."
When in doubt, nudge him in the head.
You have a helmet on, right?
My hat.
Oh, he has a hat of disguise.
Yeah.
Oh,
And the disguise falls off.
It's like,
The
no!
disguise flickers.
I'll noogie him then.
That's one way to get someone's
It
attention.
all for the noogie.
It's like, what?
The
What?
noogie.
What?
I'll bend down and be like, that guy had Odin symbol.
So the caravan is out, like, where exactly? Is it?
It's basically in the main town square. There's like the big caravanserai, like supply station.
Yeah.
And they're just sort of pulled up to the side. They've only got one wagon and one horse, but it looks like there was like probably close to 30 people.
Okay. Did we want to go check it out? I will. I'll kind of walk over. I'll find someone that looks like they're possibly in charge.
Mhm. Sure.
And I'll be like, "Do you need assistance?"
We're just looking for some repair, and we're moving on. We're heading to Ramodna. We should be all right. I thank you for your charity, though.
I will. How can I do this?
Branding smite. Yeah.
What does Odin's symbol look like again?
It's the eye.
It's the eye. Okay.
Yeah.
So I will hand over. Like 20 pieces of gold? I think that should be more than enough for them. And kind of in a hushed voice, as I get close to him, kind of like gripping his hand, with the coins in one, my hand on his arm, and pull him in. I'll be like, take this with the blessing of the eye.
The I don't think I know what you're talking about.
We'll probably meet again in Ramodna.
You don't know. Are you the butcher?
What a lovely title.
I know, eh? I'll just do the whole nose thing.
Oops, I was muted.
We've been racing. Maybe we should go to a. Here, come with me.
I'll follow.
Yeah, he like draws you to like a small alley behind the caravanserai, and he goes, "We've been racing here the last 5 days. We pushed our horses near to death with our restorative magic, but we got here.
Near to death.
We thought we'd miss you, but you're already here.
Yep.
Have you taken care of the rest of the Tyr presence here?"
No. And I'm assuming we're doing this in a hushed voice off to the
Yeah.
side somewhere. So yeah, I'll. We're not trying to cause a scene as of yet until we can regroup and rebuild. I feel that right now we're too scattered and too weak to kind of cause a larger incident than what has already been done.
Right. So, you have Emma with you, right?
She is not with us. She is in a safe place.
Okay, that's good. We need you to come with us somewhere.
He's gonna touch your butt.
But I've already used my bits to feed ducks.
Fair.
I'll ask where and why?
So it's nearby, maybe about an hour outside of town. The person who funded us for Emma's rescue and the purchase of the mana bomb is awaiting the results of the operation. But we don't actually have Emma, and he is going to be very upset. So if you know where she is, you should really be there with us.
Okay. Oh yeah, he doesn't know. Okay. Can you give me the location and then I will meet you there?
Yeah, yes, of course. And he sort of hands you a pre-drawn map.
Okay.
And sort of describes where it is.
Okay. Rest up, recruit. Whatever you need, let me know. And I will meet you at the specified location within the next hour.
Okay, perfect. I'll see you there.
See you there. I'm assuming this is what we saw on the way back to the boat, to the tavern, whichever we're going to.
You saw this on the way back?
Yeah, like we're in the process of us going to the alchemist and coming back. Did this scenario happen?
Oh, this sort of happened while you were looking for information about what Tyr was up to.
Gotcha. Yep. Okay. So then, as a question for Caleb, did we regroup after the Minchinos and Rosie went to the tavern and whatnot at all, or have we not regrouped yet?
I don't think we've gone back out again. I assume. I think we finished breakfast, so we could meet up at any point.
Yeah, we were going to go to
looking for a duck pond.
Yeah, we went to go find a stool at the toy shop, and then the alchemists. Those were our two.
We're perusing stool samples currently.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I'll head back over to where Navik, and I'm assuming this is with us.
I probably followed you.
Okay.
I'm just kind of sticking around.
Okay. So I will pass on said information
actually.
To you guys about the meetup of the backing of the people we met at the temple in Bremwick. I am curious, and we'll be going.
Sure.
But having backup would be nice. I'm sure Minchinos would be interested in this, but I'm sure he's having fun at that tavern somewhere.
And then suddenly we appear.
I didn't say the name 3 times though, so. Yeah. So, we'll, I guess, start heading that way. Would it take us an hour to get to where it is?
Takes about an hour. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we'll start heading that way then.
Okay.
Is it a place where we fought the harpies, or rather, Eduardo and them fought the harpies?
You know nothing, John. Habits know.
We weren't there.
Caleb
I did
can identify that is true.
Oh, great.
It is an abandoned shrine in the forest that you may recall was a shrine to Loki.
Yeah.
We found the bear.
That's where the bear was found.
The bear my
Isn't this the
ration. Well, Dices did.
Isn't this
That's where I killed the bear.
Because did Edwin and Emma have children?
Not that you know of.
Okay. So this wasn't the person we went to rescue and then had
It
stolen.
was the governor's daughter or
Oh,
something
okay,
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember whose daughter it was.
Yeah.
Someone's
This was-
daughter.
Yeah. They were sort of caught up in the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is where you found Tilly.
Okay.
Tilly? No, not Tilly.
No, Tilly was.
Tilly was Finethal's disguise.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like,
And it all comes together.
I'm
Yeah.
like, wait a second.
But yeah, the governor's daughter, who was your first quest,
Yeah.
you were paid 50 gold to go rescue her from bandits, and it turned her to be Kenku in the forest.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. I will explain that we've been here once. We met a bear.
I killed a bear.
Dice is. Oh. Okay. Well, never mind then.
Did it look well fed? Did it look like it had eaten a harpy?
It did. There were feathers everywhere.
In fact, here it is on my shoulder.
I believe I've told this story before.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
Lily Hearthstoke.
Yeah.
That's it, Lily Hearthstoke, right. Thank you.
Someone's got notes.
Yeah.
They're
You
also
caught those patch notes.
it's also under season 1 in our handouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah.
So is your plans to just head out there?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I assume so.
Okay.
I got a cleric and a barbarian. We're good.
You're not going to wait or meet up with us?
It takes an hour to get there. He wanted me to meet there in an hour. I don't know where you guys are.
Splitting the party.
No, we had information, but fine.
I
You
already-
don't have to know it.
Player knowledge. I have
I mean-
a feeling who it is. So.
It's a small town, so you could probably see each other across the square.
Yeah.
I'm feeding the ducks.
So okay. How about this? Do I see them? Can I see them?
Probably see my hat.
Yeah. You can't miss Rosie.
Okay.
You can't miss Rosie when she's spinning and singing.
Oh, never mind. It's only 100.
Is she spinning?
We didn't
I'm
get the
feeding the
stool yet.
ducks.
You haven't gone to the stool place yet?
I don't know, did we?
We went there first, remember?
Yeah.
Then we went to feed the ducks.
Yep. Did you
Okay.
buy a stool?
Of course we bought a stool. We had to buy a stool.
5 gold.
That's fine.
All right. So yeah, you totally see Minchinos and Rosie holding a stool.
It comes with a complimentary icky.
I will kind of.
Could you imagine? That's how it turned out. Look, they gave us this free toy. And you went, oh my god, I paid 300 for this.
Free toy inside.
I will ask Navik to kind of try and wave them down if he can, since I'm the shortest one of the group so far.
I'll just yell out to them.
Or I guess this would fly up.
Or do I know them as Petunia and Steven?
No, because I made that up on the spot.
Yep.
Excellent. I'll just say, hey, Rosie.
Navik! Look what we got! I'm gonna start rushing over.
It's a stool.
But
We
I
got
have
a
the
stool! It spins! Best day ever.
This has been a good day for Howard.
Yeah, no way.
He's made good, buddy.
Yeah.
Like, well, glad you got your stool sampled, but we're meeting, as I turn to Minchino, so like, we're meeting the one who paid for the mana bomb.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Really?
Want to come along?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured
Yeah.
you'd be interested.
Yeah, you even remember the place as well, because you were there, I think.
Yeah.
Perhaps you can get him at a
The only two in the group that have been there are me and Minchino.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
No, I've been there.
You've been there, but not with the group.
Is Eduardo.
Yeah, as on your own,
No,
though.
he's
I've
been there for both,
there,
on his
on
own.
my own
Yeah.
to kill a bear.
Yeah.
The one that he's wearing that Dice is fed.
I see a pattern here. Navik killed a bear. Two Toes killed a bear.
Yeah, it's just something Goliaths do.
Apparently, need to kill bears.
I was a little cold.
Here, I just uploaded this. I don't know if you can see it.
The eye.
Caleb needs. I think Zolteris needs that as a tattoo. What do we say? Just
Yeah, I'm good with that.
get branded right. He needs a tattoo of that on his chest.
Yeah, okay.
That's your holy symbol now.
Yeah, you can just be like, yes.
This is your god now.
Not like you'd see it through the hair, but.
So yeah, you guys are all going together to the shrine to Loki.
Yep.
Sure.
All right.
Can I put the stool in the bag of holding?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, it's turning into a Mary Poppins bag.
You make your way across the logging fields. There's some like dirt rutted tracks from constant wagon use, and you kind of leave that trail off into like a copse. And
as we're walking too, I'm quietly telling Caleb what we learned at the tavern about Edwin and the Tyr folk.
Okay. So with that, I'm trying to think, would Caleb be able to put 2 and 2 together and kind of get the assumption of who we're going to meet?
Because I assume, we
You tell
told.
me.
Okay. We can tell.
I mean-
we told them about Edwin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing
Yeah.
about Edwin and the
took
Tyr
60%
building houses.
Yeah, and that Edwin took 60% of the town's.
And booked it.
Yeah, booked it, quote unquote. But now we're meeting a I don't know what you want to call it, but a person who offloaded a bunch of money for a mana bomb for a group to go attack Tyr.
To get Emma out.
Yeah. So Caleb's kind of put 2 and 2 together and be like, I wonder.
I mean, Chinos is thinking the same, but kind of is wondering if Edwin actually can pull something that clever off.
He's probably, grown a bit smarter after being infected and whatnot, but he's fine.
Okay.
Anyways, we proceed.
Okay. You arrive
Ooh. Oh,
at a
look
map,
that.
the first D&D
Wow.
map I ever created.
Wow.
Oh, the memories.
Oh my god.
Jeez Louise.
Oh, that's
Oh yeah.
Memories. And we
And
fought
the
The real
broken
fun
statue.
The real fun part of
Aw.
this was removing your old tokens and the drawings.
Oh.
I almost left them on for you, but
Aw. Should have
That's
duplicated the map.
I think there was a fire over here.
Yep.
it's still
I was
burning.
gonna say probably half the forest is gone.
That's
yeah.
true. That should all just be.
Yeah, this is where the bear was.
No, it was down here, wasn't it?
That's
This-
on the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's where the harpy was.
That's where the
That's
harpy
where you
was.
brought the
We
bear.
sent the bear.
Oh yeah, right, right.
Yeah, we fed the bear
That's-
down here, and he dragged it off.
Right. You brought the
Uh,
bear down there.
So yeah, you guys and 3 of the, or you at least you catch up with 3 of the people from that caravan
Yeah.
moving in the same direction, and you arrive, and they're sort of nervously looking around. They're not sure how this is going to go. They're a little concerned that they don't actually have Emma, but they're a little more bolstered because, the Butcher of Odin is here and he knows where Emma is.
Okay.
And they say, okay. Just up at the temple over here.
Okay.
They move to the base and they call out. And they respond in a strange language, or at least it sounds like a strange language. It doesn't seem like they are speaking it, but rather pronouncing something phonetically.
Okay. So not a language that I would understand, regardless.
What languages do you know?
I can cast a spell and know all language.
Can you cast it as a reaction?
I don't think so.
So it's sort of a phrase. So you would have to as soon as they started saying it, you would have to cast it, and you would catch sort of the last bit.
Okay.
Is it giant?
Languages
Is
I
not
know
giant.
are common and dwarven, so not a very knowledgeable dwarf.
I don't want to give it away by asking if anyone speaks that
Yeah, don't.
specific language.
Because
I
Yeah,
only
for
speak
everybody's
common,
languages.
halfling, and Goliath.
Common, Draconic, Infernal, Elven, Ignis.
I'm pulling it up. Hold on.
Don't you have 30?
He's just sitting we're all gonna fall asleep. He's naming his languages.
Yeah.
Let's see.
This seems like a great opportunity to remind Mr. Knowledge Domain that you can become proficient in anything you want for 10 minutes.
You're right. Yeah. I forgot
But
about that.
you would have to know what you're becoming proficient in
Yeah.
before you chose it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. I forgot about that.
But I don't think anyone has this one. So
Common,
they-
Arakocra, Orin, and then one more I haven't chosen apparently.
Cool.
okay.
Time to choose it. Roll the dice and see what you get.
I'll do that later.
Okay.
So when they call it out this phrase, there are two sort of hooded figures that kind of step out of the temple onto the steps. And you can hear them sort of whispering between each other. One of them will step forward and say, "Have you brought her?"
I have a question, actually.
Mhm.
Did it sound like the language the Slod were talking?
No. Oh, hang on a sec.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's interesting.
Huh.
Crumbs.
Wow.
It
Clutch.
wasn't exactly like that, but there could have been some similar,
Dialects?
some similar sounds involved in it.
I
Yeah.
have a hunch.
Would I have recognized that?
Yeah, sure. We'll give it. You mean you guys spent plenty of time around the slot,
So
so
much time.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at these guys very carefully and just do a once over to see if they are what they think they are. What they seem to be,
Mhm.
rather.
yeah. Do you want to give me an insight check?
Sure.
I do. I see nothing wrong.
I'm also gonna do my divine sense if I could.
Okay.
Although I don't think it's gonna pick it up anyways.
Ooh, nice of this.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you weren't there for the Slod invasion.
He was part of it. He found us at the end of it. Remember?
Actually, the slot wouldn't still be around, so never mind. Scrap. They would have all been gone. So,
So I would
Yeah,
be
he
able-
came at the end, like
after
Garrett.
Oh,
after Garrett left.
okay.
So I would be able to detect celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of me, as well as a presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated.
Hmm. Well, you know that the shrine itself around you has been desecrated. But that was probably true
Before as well, yeah.
historically as well.
We may have even done a little bit inadvertently.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. The other thing you note, and this is for. So, what else does Divine Sense reveal?
That's it.
So, Celestials, Fiends, Undead.
I can detect the presence of that and celestial fiends or undead within 60 feet. That's it.
Okay. Let me just check something really quick here.
Sure.
Apologize, I didn't expect
No, it's
this detail of data.
Oh, good.
it's fun to catch the DM by surprise.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
He never holds grudges about that sort of thing.
Nope.
keeps me on my toes. It's all good.
Weren't expecting it from me, eh?
Yeah. I thought it just like it triggered something. It's like, maybe. I hadn't really thought about it. Ithis, with that insight check, can you do me one more thing? Make me a religion check.
Sure.
He's losing his religion.
Using it, actually, but okay.
Yeah.
No, he's losing it. He's converting. He's like, I must join them. But
Not great, Bob.
No, but I only have a +3, so it's not terrible. I mean, I guess it makes sense he doesn't have that good a religious skill, seeing as he's only been exposed to one his entire.
It's fair.
All right. The creature in the robes ahead of you, you know that one is human. You're not convinced that the one in the back is. Something about the way they move. And when the first one kind of steps forward and asks sort of, do you have Emma? The second one sort of takes on like an attentive stance, but it does so in a very smooth fashion. Like almost as if it is like moving in the most efficient way possible. Like there's no like character to the movement. It's very mechanical. And then the one in front says again, it's like, tell me, do you have Emma Salvador? Phil, you don't detect any celestial fiend or undead.
Caleb does.
Right, sorry, Caleb doesn't.
Okay.
You're the same person.
Well, I mean, neither do you really, but
True.
Emma Salvador is safe. She did not make this journey, but she is safe where she is beyond the reach of the cult.
Are you still in your Stephen the Magnificent?
I am. I didn't change.
Okay. Caleb, you're
I'm
still
still a
disguised.
tiefling. The Stephen is just clothes.
I'm still slightly disguised, yeah. Like with the I'm still disguised.
The human in the front says, no, that wasn't the deal. The deal was you bring Emma here safely. Where is Emma?
Safe.
We did not participate in any part of the deal. We were acting on our own as friends of the Salvadors that just happened to coincide with your mission. We have placed Emma in a safe place where she's beyond the reach of any that would do her harm.
The character kind of like leans forward a little bit. Minchinos?
Yes.
Oh.
Do I recognize the voice?
Yeah. He pulls the hood back and it's Edwin.
Dun, dun,
Edwin,
dun.
we've been looking for you.
Well, you
And-
found me.
And
How did you get caught up in all this?
I point to the rest.
Yep.
Yeah, we've we ended up going back to Bremwick after our travels, and one thing led to another. I might have blown a giant hole in the side of the Tyr. You guys did actually a bigger one, but but she is safe and sound in our pocket mansion because he knows about it. He's been there.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
He's like, but that mansion can't move, right? Like she's stuck in there.
She is stuck in there, but she is safe. It was the best we could do on short terms. We did not know about any deal. We had to leave town quickly as the cult was chasing us. She and Sassel are safe in there.
Well, technically, this is the cult.
I'm talking about the cult of Tyr.
Cult of Tyranny.
Yeah. I'm not giving them any credit. Screw those guys.
All right.
I'll talk about them disparagingly all I want.
He's actually talking about them.
So he comes forward and he says, "So truly, you've rescued Emma, and what of the rest of the eye?" And he kind of gestures to the group here.
We have more. We have more in town, and there are more. And I'll say to Caleb, going to Remodna, I guess.
So you're running.
We
Well-
are regrouping.
Well, it seems like my fate is tied up with you Odin folk for a little bit longer then, right?
Seems like it.
I can't get Emma out of there unless there's no Tyr to deal with.
They have a High Inquisitor there, and another. He calls himself Brother Heed, who is powerful.
Yes, I've heard of him.
Then there's also the Enzo.
Enzo!
Well, Enzo might be having a pretty bad day, actually.
We don't know, but yes. possibly.
Good. All of this is his fault, you know.
Oh yeah,
That's what we've
no. I did my best to make it look like at the end it was Enzo that helped break Emma out. So hopefully he's having a bad day. He's kind of a dick.
Caleb Minchinos, I've done horrible things to try and get her back.
We've heard some stories.
I've been busy.
I didn't know what else to do. I knew that they would be coming for me next, and the only access to power I had was the treasury. I'm not anything special. I'm just a logging town mayor.
Who helped repel the Slight invasion. You know, just that though.
Well, I happen to know some fairly powerful people, and it seems like here we are again.
So what's going on here?
Well, I found this group of renegades in the forest, and they were looking to do some damage to Tyr, and Tyr happened to have something that I needed, and I thought I could fund them and serve both goals.
And where did you get your wonderful toys?
Please don't tell him that.
And then at this point, he kind of stops and he kind of looks back at the robed figure in the back, who appears to be almost as tall as Navik. And he says, I've made some significant deals.
Oh, great.
And he gestures to the thing behind him and says, "This is Morrow." And Morrow pulls the cloak back, and Morrow is just a steel construct with an eyeball in the center.
Nice.
Oh, that's
Like an organic
Interesting.
eyeball?
Well, that's something you don't
Yes.
see every day.
So not like a Warforged.
Not like a Warforged, no.
It's a cyborg beholder.
In this
Yes.
sense, yeah.
Uh,
Minus the tentacles.
and actually, it will produce that language that you heard before that is pseudo Slod-like in terms of its sound, but not how it's produced. It's very mechanical.
Okay. You're not
Um,
from around here, are you?
I think we'll fade the session at that. Actually, seems like a good parting word.
mm-hmm.
Cool.
Oh God, what did Edwin do?
Dear.
What has he done?
Oh, Edwin.
We will have to wait and find out. Cool.
All right, we got further than I thought. That was some good progress, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't get back to the story yet.
Yeah, well, it's only noon. You're good.
Yeah. Surreptitiously check Navik's pockets for.
So yeah, let me take a quick note. It is 12 p.m. at Shrine of Loki. And Machino still wants to go back to the store. Eris is putting together a care package and
Yes,
identifying
performance.
potion.
Yep.
You guys still have a performance.
Yeah, you can make
At
a performance
7.
for next week. You can set something up. Send me the MP3 and I'll
Oh,
get it.
planning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There better be something like a duet planned between you or a magic show.
Oh no.
Yep, karaoke.
Could you imagine?
It's like everybody
Ah.
ready.
Oh no, I've got a couple ideas actually.
Next week's stream will take place on Twitch Sings.
Yeah.
No, it will not.
Sure, let's do it. I'll sing
Nope.
badly
Nope.
in front of people.
It's the only
Bring
way
it.
I'll sing in front of people.
Is drunk
Drunk.
badly?
Badly. It's the reason I played the instruments instead of singing.
Fair enough.
Oh no, I'll sing, and I know it's badly, and I'll do it loudly.
All right, thanks very much, guys.
There you go.
Thank you.
Leaguer
Thank
wants
you.
you to do Twitch Sings now.
Well, of course, Leader wants us to do that, and
Yep.
I saw that coming as soon as somebody said
Oh,
those
yeah.
words.
That's why I said it. Well, thank you, Liam. Again,
Are we gonna raid?
we can. I'll see who's
Who we gonna raid?
available to
Gonna
raid.
raid,
Everybody's probably friggin' like doing whatever you want to call it.
World of Warcraft?
No, hosting other people.
True.
Let's see.
Let's take a look.
Let's find somebody that in
Good.
D&D that doesn't have anything going.
Na-na-na-na-na-na.
Is that new? Is there a Blair Witch game that just came out?
Yeah.
Cool.
Apparently, it's pretty good too.
Neat.
Neat indeed.
Oh,
At least
we
according
got
to Rock Paper Shotgun.
Nightheart Gaming's on. Still live, so we can rate them.
All right,
We
that
will
works.
raid Nightheart Gaming.
Farewell, folks.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Once again, we will be
Thanks.
back with Pyro Club next week, Friday, unless something unknown stuff comes up. And I will be back streaming again on probably Sunday, depending what we're doing.
Or Saturday.
Or
whenever.
Saturday.
It's a surprise.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will raid Nightheart Gaming. They are a D&D group that streams with miniatures from Dwarven Forge and all kinds of other stuff.
Very nice.
Yeah, they're
Reaper
actually really
models.
great.
Yeah. They're
I'm very
currently
jealous.
doing a 2-shot because the main streamer has gone to ReaperCon, which is happening today, tomorrow, and Sunday, I believe.
Ooh, Reaper Minis.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But yeah, I will begin the raid.
Let's do this.
Bye.
Ah. Man, I wonder how that guy's mini turned out.